नमस्कार मित्रांनो, ऑनलाईन ज्ञान फेस्टिवलच्या दुसऱ्या दिवशी मी डॉक्टर राजेंद्र बेडवाल आपल्या सर्वांचे मनपूर्वक स्वागत करतो. मित्रांनो, काल आपल्याला प्राध्यापक अनिल बागरे सरांनी प्रोज सेक्शनवर सविस्तर मार्गदर्शन केलेलं आहे. दोस्तों, कल जिस जोश के साथ हमारे इस ऑनलाइन ज्ञान फेस्टिवल का आगाज हुआ, उसी जोश के साथ हम आज का सेशन कंटिन्यू करने वाले हैं. Friends, it's my great pleasure to introduce today's speaker who is going to deal with the poetry section. In this poetry section, we have question number 3A, which deals with scene extract from poem. Question number 3B, which is appreciation of a poem. So friends, I would like to introduce today's speaker. She is none other than Mrs. Prabha Soni, a retired lecturer, Government College of Arts and Science, Aurangabad. She has almost 35 years teaching experience at different levels. She has completed her pre-PhD viva. She loves writing poems and doing social work. So, without a further delay, let's welcome Mrs. Prabha Soni ma'am.
नमस्कार सर. नमस्कार. मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके सीनों में जान होती है. पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. A very good evening to one and all. Today I am going to deal with the poetry section and I hope you will enjoy and get enlightened by today's session. But before I begin, I would like to express my thankfulness to the organizers of the online DNYAN Mahotsav and congratulate you for the inauguration. All the team members, Dr. Sanjay Gaikwad and all the organizers. I am filled with gratitude for making me a part of this informative and instructional program. I hope all our sessions will certainly enlighten our students by the guidelines provided on this platform and also hope that they will definitely fare well in their upcoming exams. So here I begin. Today, I have selected the poem Have You Earned Your Tomorrow by Edgar Albert Guest. I have taken this as a specimen so as to make you understand the meaning, the pattern of various possible questions based on it, and other poems as well. I would like to quote one proverb. So I shall begin with this. When a person is down in the world, an ounce of help is better than a pound of preaching. This is by Edward Bulwer. I shall repeat. When a person is down in the world, an ounce of help is better than a pound of preaching. So here I begin. I would like to read out the translation of this particular poem. I hope the students are ready with their textbooks. Page number is 112. Because I'm going to deal with the poetic devices, rhyme scheme, and other the poetic devices. So it is better you be ready with your textbooks. So here I go. Here is the translation. I hope you will enjoy this. Have you earned your tomorrow? क्या तुमने तुम्हारा कल कमाया है? क्या कोई खुश हुआ क्योंकि तुम उसके रास्ते से गुजरे? क्या किसी को यह याद है कि तुमने आज बात की उससे? यह दिन तकरीबन पूरा हुआ और कष्टदायक वक्त खत्म हुआ. क्या कोई अब है जिसने तुम्हारे विषय में भला शब्द कहा? क्या तुमने तुम्हारी ओर आते हुए मित्र को प्रफुल्लता से अभिवादन किया या फिर अक्खड़ तरीके से कैसे हो कहकर तू गर्दी में गुम हुआ? क्या तुम शुद्ध स्वार्थ और सादगी से दौड़े अपने रास्ते के लिए या कोई प्रबलता से आभारी हुआ आज तुम्हारे कार्य के लिए? क्या आज रात को तुम कह सकते हो अपने तेजी से खिसकते दिनों से विदा लेते हुए कि तुमने किसी एक भाई की मदद की हो गुजरते हुए? क्या एक दिल आनंदित हुआ तुम्हारे एक कार्य या शब्द से? क्या कोई हताश व्यक्ति अब आगे देखता है हिम्मत से क्या कोई दिन व्यर्थ किया या गवा दिया? क्या वह बढ़िया था या बुरी तरह गुजारा? क्या तुमने भलाई के चिन्ह छोड़े या निशान थे जो नागवारा? जैसे तुमने आंखें मूंदी निद्रा में, क्या तुम्हें लगता है खुदा कहेगा अपने आज के कार्य से तुमने एक और दिन कमा लिया? So here ends the translation. I hope you like the rhyme scheme which I have maintained throughout. Let us start with the question answer session based on this. What sort of questions you are going to get? Sir, please change the screen. We are going to deal with the question answers. This is please. Yes, that is the correct one. Yes, question number 1. What does the first stanza imply? Now you get inference questions here based on your understanding. So what does the first stanza imply? Or explain the first stanza. So how will you explain? So in short, I will explain. One has to make somebody cheerful, and that would make him talk good about you, means he will hold good opinion about you. Next question. What do you mean by okay, second question is, yes, what do you mean by the words churlish and howdy? So churlish means rude, and howdy means it is a short form of saying how do you do. Then how will you explain the second stanza? The second stanza, I hope you can find out the answer to that. The answer is, have you made anybody happy because of your deed? Have you obliged somebody to get his blessings? Were you rude and vanished in the crowd? So this is the explanation. In short, I'm explaining. Then question number 3. Next question is, explain the meaning of the third stanza. So the third stanza, the days are moving fast. Have you given any help to someone so that he felt better because of the moral courage you have given him? Have you made him hopeful to move ahead in his life with confidence? Was your day spent uselessly or fruitfully? Next question, what does the poet want to suggest in the last stanza? Now this is important. In most of the poems, the last lines have punch. For example, you have father returning home, and also the last stanza of the inch ke prog. So you have to concentrate there, and there you will get the gist, and you will get the idea of the poem. What does the poet want to suggest in the last stanza? He concludes the poem by asking us to interrogate ourselves. If we deserve one more day in our life, if we want God to grant us one more day, we have to justify our existence today by doing good deeds. Now, the difficult words like toiling time means hard work, time spent in hard work. Then sali means painfully, trail of kindness. Sir, can you bring the picture of that trail of kindness? Yes. So this is the footprints. ये अच्छी memories. आपने अच्छी मेमोरी छोड़ी काइंडनेस की, जाते हुए निशान अच्छे छोड़े ताकि सारा दिन उसका अच्छा गया, ताकि सारा दिन वो ऐसे बिहेव करने लगा जैसे बाकी का वातावरण भी खुश हो जाए और लोग भी खुश हो जाए. तो क्या आपने ऐसे कुछ उसको मेमोरीज दी, या फिर आपने उसको ऐसे जख्म दे दिए, स्कार ऑफ स्कार आपने उसको स्कार दिए ऑफ डिसकंटेंट, मतलब डिससेटिस्फैक्शन के, यानी कि आपने उसको कोई ऐसे शब्द चिन्ह दिए जिससे वो मायूस हो गया, डिजेक्टेड हो गया. सो हियर वी हैव अदर क्वेश्चंस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today. Explain the meaning of this line. The poet indirectly means that each day we exist, we must make our living useful. We are not sure if we shall wake in the morning. We pray we do, but for God to grant us one more day tomorrow, we have to justify our existence today. We need to introspect ourselves. While we are busy with our life, we need to ask ourselves if we have been kindly to the others around us, if we have spoken a word to a stranger we may pass by in our daily hurry. If at least one person feel grateful for our act of help, if we were able to give some moral courage to someone who had lost all his hopes, and we were able to build up his confidence so that he can move ahead confidently. Now, how does your good deeds help others to rejoice? Our good deeds of being polite to others will make a person smile and remain cheerful throughout the day. If we help someone, he will be grateful and will bless us. We will, if we live mindfully and selflessly and help others, we will spread happiness around us, and that day will be spent fruitfully. So now we can uh, talk about the appreciation. So, sir, please bring in the appreciation part, because that is important, as it contains all the poetic devices and everything. So now the question which may come is, write an appreciation of the poem uh, based on the following points. Like the poet has his style of writing, then the theme of the poem, then poetic devices, and the language, then the message which he wants to convey, and your opinion about the poem. I shall read out this with thorough explanation. Now, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow by Edgar Guest is an inspirational poem written in rhyming couplets. Now, see, two lines के couplets है, and contains 4 quatrains. Quatrains means 4 stanzas. There are 4 stanzas of 4 lines each. The theme or the central idea of the poem is the importance of living each day by being kind and helpful towards others, and by making small contributions to improve their lives, as the good deeds done by us today will earn us our tomorrow. It is set to a rhyme scheme. Now see the rhyme scheme. How will you find out the rhyme scheme, students? This is very important. Now see, read the first paragraph. If you have the textbooks in your hands, please read the first paragraph and see how you can find out the rhyme scheme. Now take the last word of the first line. It is way. And now take the last word of the second line. If it matches with the first line, so that first A is repeated in the second line A. So the rhyme scheme will be AA. And then this third through, the third line, last word of the third line comes for the first time. So naturally this will be B. And again it is repeated in U, that is the last word of the fourth line. So the rhyme scheme will be AABB. And similarly, you can carry on. See, now in the fifth line, that is the second stanza. Now this along is coming for the first time. So you can say it is C, because AA is already over, BB is already over, and C is being introduced for the first time. So it is C. And then again, it is repeated in the word throng. That is the last word of the second line. So it is AABBCC. And again, the last word of the fifth line, it rhymes with the last word of the last line, way and today. So AABB, CC, and again AA. Why AA? Because this way and today is again being repeated here. So you cannot call it DD. I hope this is clear how to find the rhyme scheme. Now talking about the language. Now how will you explain this? The language of the poem is simple. So because it is straightforward, you can understand, which leaves no room for subjectivity, because it's all objective. It is based on the karma philosophy, and that is why there is no room for subjectivity. It is a fact. And the poet has used the rhetoric questions to convey his ideas, which inspire the readers. It adds gravity to the poem. पोयम को सखोलता मिली है इससे, रेटोरिकल क्वेश्चन से, और इम्प्रेसिव हो गई लैंग्वेज। रेटोरिक क्वेश्चंस वो होते हैं जिसका आंसर अपने आप क्वेश्चन में होता है। तो एक तरह से एक वो सवाल पोयम को एक उसमें जान डाल देते हैं और इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाती है पोयम। सो इट मेक्स अ यूनिक लिटरेरी इम्पैक्ट, एक यूनिक लिटरेरी इम्पैक्ट असर छोड़ जाती है, साहित्यिक असर। द पोएट एम्प्लॉयज अ नंबर ऑफ पोएटिक डिवाइसेस इन द पोयम। अब देखिए आपको कैसे आप देखेंगे इसमें एलिट्रेशन, आपको जहाँ देखेंगे आप देखेंगे वहां पर आपके अल्फाबेट्स रिपीट किए गए हैं, जैसे टॉयलिंग टाइम। एंटीथेसिस, एंटीथेसिस आपको मिलेगा लास्ट स्टैंजा में, आप देखेंगे वहां पे डिड यू लीव अ ट्रेल ऑफ काइंडनेस और अ स्कार ऑफ डिसकंटेंट। देखिए क्या आपने अच्छी मेमोरीज छोड़ी या बुरी मेमोरीज छोड़ी। सो एंटीथेसिस है यहाँ पर। देन कॉन्सोनेंट्स है, मतलब एलिट्रेशन ही एक तरीके से, क्योंकि कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड रिपीट किए गए। इंटरोगेशन तो मेन है यहाँ पर। इन्वर्जन है, देयर इज एग्जांपल ऑफ इन्वर्जन, लाइन उल्टी सीधी कर दो इफ द वर्ड्स आर नॉट प्लेस्ड इन द करेक्ट ऑर्डर, दैट इज इन्वर्जन। देन पोएम में मेटाफोर है, अगर है तो कौन सा है मेटाफोर, और अगर आपको मिलता है यहाँ पर तो मैं आपको बता देती हूँ। ये है मैं पहले आपको टोटोलॉजी बता देती हूँ। टोटोलॉजी है थर्ड लाइन, द डे इज ऑलमोस्ट ओवर एंड इट्स टॉयलिंग टाइम इज थ्रू। दोनों का मीनिंग सेम है, ऑलमोस्ट ओवर, टाइम इज थ्रू, सो इट इज नीडलेस रिपीटेशन। सो एग्जाम्पल ऑफ टोटोलॉजी। एंड देन cheerful greeting, cheerful greeting, toiling time, they are not only examples of personification, because time is given the quality of working hard, toiling time. And the greeting cannot be cheerful, a person can be cheerful. So you can explain this in the terms of personification as well as it is transferred epithet. The cheerfulness of a person is transferred to the greeting, and the hard work of a person is transferred to time. So that is transferred epithet. The most prominent figure of speech used through the poem is interrogation, wherein the poet asks simple questions to the reader about how or she treats the people he comes across in his or her life. All these poetic devices serve to impart an earthy sense to the verse and hence enhance its poetic appeal. The tone and type of the poem are inspirational and didactic. Now, what is the meaning of the word didactic? It has some message, as the poet tries to urge the readers to be good towards others. So this is the message, and that is why the poem is didactic. A special feature of this poem is the use of visual imagery. Now, can you find out some examples of visual imagery? That is, the picture comes in your eyes. Vanish in the throng. मुंबई में आपको कोई मिल रहा है या आपको गर्दी में कोई दोस्त मिल गया, तो आप गड़बड़ में उसको ऐसे विश कर देते हो, बहुत रूडली विश करते हो, बोलते हैं मर गया था क्या कहीं, कहाँ था रे इतने दिनों से। तो आप उसको रूडली बात करते हो या कुछ कंसर्न दिखाते हो उसके साथ, उसका वेलबींग पूछते हो, दैट इज। तो ये वैनिश इन द थ्रॉन्ग, ये एक गड़बड़ गर्दी में कोई जाकर गुम हो जाता है, ये एक विजुअल इमेज है। देन रस्ट अलोंग द वे, रास्ते में गड़बड़ से अपने रास्ते से निकल गए, ये भी एक विजुअल इमेज है। देन टाइम इज स्लिपिंग फास्ट एंड क्लोज योर आईज इन स्लम्बर, ये सारे विजुअल imagery के लिए है, which add to the overall appeal of the poem. The other special features are the interrogative lines in which the poem has been written and the repetitive sounds of a, today, way. So these, the first and second and fourth stanzas, which add an element of unification in the poem. The message being conveyed by the poem is that even the smallest good deed on one's part is enough to guarantee a better tomorrow for oneself. In my opinion, now see your opinion about the poem. In my opinion, this poem is a brilliant effort by the poet to prod the readers. Prod करना मतलब प्रवृत्त करना, incite करना, सोचने के लिए मजबूर करना. To prod the readers into questioning their own goodness. आप अच्छे थे या नहीं, दिन भर आपका कैसा था व्यवहार, and help others in any way possible, thereby earning themselves a well-deserved future. So I hope you have followed this particular appreciation part. And now I think the time is up for the other poems. So shall we start with the other poems? Here I begin. I shall begin with the poem Song of the Open Road. And based on that, we will have some objective type activities. What sort of questions can be asked on this particular poem? So before I start, I want to say a few lines. दी है खुदा ने जिंदगी कुछ कर दिखाने के लिए, यूं ही हाथ पे हाथ बैठने से क्या होगा। दी है खुदा ने जिंदगी कुछ कर दिखाने के लिए, यूं ही हाथ पे हाथ बैठने से क्या होगा। जुस्तजू अगर इंसान की हो सच्ची, मंजिल का रास्ता दुश्वार क्या होगा। मंजिल का रास्ता दुश्वार क्या होगा। So here I begin with the objective type questions. Now question number 3A. This is your singer. I think the pattern need not be repeated, so I will not concentrate on the pattern. Directly and put the questions. So please show the screen. Yes, yeah, you may get the questions like true or false, or divide the activities. The poet will practice, and the activities he will not practice. So this particular exercise is given on page number 96, A21. So you can divide the activities into what he will do and what he will not do. Then second question, write down the triads the poet exhibits through the following lines. Henceforth, I ask for no good fortune. What triad is implied? So उसमें उसकी क्या खासियत दिखाई देती है, पोएट की क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, इससे पता चलता है उसका सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. देन सेकंड है henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. तो इसका कौन सा ट्रायड यहाँ पर उजागर होता है? He is positive and he is self-reliant. Then number 4. Sir, please change the screen. Please, the poet has used many describing words like healthy in the poem. Make a list and classify them as for the world. So world के लिए उसने कौन सा describing word use किया है? So for the world, it is sufficient. For himself, he is light-hearted, healthy, free, fortunate, strong, and contented. And what the describing words he has used for the road? Number 1 is open. The road is open. Long brown path. Now, sir, please share the screen. Indian viewers. Question number 1. Sir, please change the screen. Complete the sentences. The weavers weave. First, I would like to deal with this. Complete the sentence. The weavers weave in the chill moonlight. So what are they weaving in the full moon night? In the full moon night, the weavers are weaving a cloth as white as a feather, as a cloud, a shroud for a dead man's funeral. Second, the poem reveals 3 phases of life. Fill in the blanks with feelings and colors appropriate to the phase of life. Now see, you can see the 3 phases of life, 3 stages: the birth, and then youth, and then death. So what color is used for the newborn baby? It is blue. Then for youth and adulthood, it is purple, peacock, etc. Then for old age, it is white. Then feelings. For newborn, the feelings are hopes and expectations. For youth and adulthood, it is again expectations, responsibilities, romance, energy. Then for old age and death, It is frailness, sadness, loneliness, etc. Now, number 3, the Inchcape Rock. So please change the screen. The Inchcape Rock. Complete the following statements. The abbot of Aberbrothock placed a bell on the Inchcape Rock because, now we have to fill in the blanks, because there were dangerous rocks near the coast which would wreck ships. Number B, Raz the rover cut the bell of the Inchcape Rock because he was jealous of the abbot who was blessed by the grateful sailors. He wanted to trouble him. I hope this is a good revision for you all, those who have given their prelim exams. I hope it is going to be a lot of help to you. Then the rover. The rover in frustration pulled his hair and cursed himself because as he has himself cut the bell, which would have rung and the sound would have helped them to save themselves from those killer rocks. So that's why he was frustrated. The result of the thick haze that covered the sky was that the sailors had no way of knowing in which direction they were sailing. Then next is, please change the screen, sir. Have you earned your tomorrow? Now see the, you can see on the picture, good deeds are being performed. Please show the picture, sir. Have you earned your tomorrow? So good deeds prior to this, prior to this, prior to this, before this. Yes. So this is something from have you earned your tomorrow? You can see the good deeds being performed. First question, sir, please change the screen. Match the column. You may have questions like match the column. Then find out expressions, phrases which denote going away from each stanza. So what are the various phrases which are used for going away? Is almost over, vanish in the throng, rushed along, were fading now, is almost over, passed his way, etc. Next is father returning home. Question, please change the screen. Match the column. Example, given below are the ideas conveyed through the poem. Match the pairs and draw out the hidden meaning from those expressions. So here on one side you have expressions and the other side you are supposed to draw the meaning. For example, number 1, the father hurries home crossing railway line. So what is the correct answer? Guess what is the correct answer? Father is so eager to meet family members that he doesn't even bother about his safety. And second is suburban area visible through the train is passed unnoticed. So the answer is C, because there is hardly anything enchanting or interesting in the monotonous routine journey to look out of the window. Then number 3, he is just a small word dropping from a sentence. The answer is he has least value in the society where his presence or absence might hardly make any difference. Then last is he doesn't get a place in the crowded train. It shows the uncomfortable journey. Next is money. Sir, please change the screen. Money. I hope I'm not going fast because I have so many things to show you. That is why I don't want to waste my time in just going very slowly. I think you can manage with my speed. Money. State whether the following statements are true or false. Example, the poet knew no joy till he was rich. Is it true or false? He knew no joy till he was rich. Yes, it is true. The poet felt that he should talk about his money. False. What is the correct answer? He was not allowed to speak about his money. Then number 3, when the poet had money, he had many true friends. So is it true or false? False, because he had no true friends. When he had money, he was surrounded by false friends. The number D, when the poet became poor, he had very few real friends. Yes, when the poet became poor, he had very few real friends. Now, next is complete the reasons. A, poor ones laugh because. Poor ones laugh because they have nothing to worry about or fear. They live a very simple life. They are very free and they are able to laugh. Then next, friends came knocking all day at the poet's door because he had money. They were not true friends, and such people are called fair weather friends. Now, inference type questions. Next, please change the screen. Inference type question. Song of the Open Road. Pick out the lines from the poem which indicate the past behavior of the poet, which he now chooses to discontinue and discard. What do the thoughts indicate regarding the poet's intentions for the future? Indian weavers. Discuss the various products made by the weavers in the poem. The words in the 3 stanzas of the poem refer to the different times of a day. Complete the table. Number 3, the Inchcape Rock. Give reasons. So what you find here is most of them are give reasons and discuss. Give reasons for the sailor's appreciation of the abbot. But the rower's mirth was wickedness. Explain this line in your own words with the help of the extract. The poet gives hints to the readers. Sir, please change the screen. The Inchcape Rock, inference. Yes. The poet gives hints to the reader in the second stanza of the extract. Find the significant line from the extract and give reason for your answer. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. Give reasons for Ralph's exclamation. Number 5, explain the following lines. For me thinks we should be near the shore. Now where we are, I cannot tell. The second, they hear no sound, the swell is strong, though the wind hath fallen, they drift along. Next is, have you earned your tomorrow? Was it well or salely spent? Explain the meaning and give illustrations. Last is, as you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that God would say, you have earned one more tomorrow by the work you did today? Elaborate the idea expressed in these lines. Father returning home. Number 1, list the difficulties faced by the father in the extract. Number 2, the poet deals with the theme of man's estrangement from a man-made world. Analyze it with the help of the extract. Number 3, the father contemplates his past and peeps into his future. Give reasons. अब ये देखिए, the father contemplates his past and peeps into his future. Give reasons. इसके लिए मेरे पास एक बहुत सुंदर लाइन है. I shall read out. Just give me 1 second. ये जो इसमें जो है डीप मीनिंग है, इस लास्ट लाइन में बहुत डीप मीनिंग है. अगर मैं आपको पढ़ के सुनाती हूँ 4 lines, then I think you will enjoy it because you will understand the meaning of that particular line. Yeah. Last 4 lines. He will now go to sleep, listening to the static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren, thinking of nomads entering a subcontinent through a narrow pass. अब देखिए इसके ऊपर मैंने क्या लाइंस लिखी है. इसके ऊपर जो लाइंस लिखी है वो देखिए. अपने ही घर में अजनबी की तरह, अपने ही घर में अजनबी की तरह, जैसे अनजान रास्तों से गुजरता कोई बंजारा, सिमटी सिमटी सी गलियों से गुजरता. अपने आप दिमाग में उसके इतना कश्मकश चल रहा है. He is not happy with his present life, so he wants to get into the future. सो वो भटक रहा है, मनी मन परेशान है, एंड दैट इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द लास्ट लाइन्स. अपने आप को वो बंजारा महसूस कर रहा है. दिस इज एस्ट्रेंजमेंट, आइसोलेशन फेल्ट बाय दिस फादर हु हैज बीन निग्लेक्टेड बाय द फैमिली मेंबर्स. अब देखिए उसकी हालात के ऊपर जो लाइन्स लिखा है मैंने. सोचा था घर बनाकर बैठूंगा सुकून से, सोचा था घर बनाकर बैठूंगा सुकून से, पर घर की जरूरतों ने मुसाफिर बना डाला. कोई कीमत ही नहीं अपनी यहाँ, सब अपने अपने फसानों में उलझे हैं. हम क्या चाहते हैं, क्या सोचते हैं, क्या महसूस करते हैं, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. यहाँ अपनों के नाम पे सब बेगाने हैं, यहाँ अपनों के नाम पे सब बेगाने हैं. सो दिस वाज अबाउट फादर रिटर्निंग होम. मनी के ऊपर आपका जो आएगा इन्फरेंस. पुअर मैन नीड नॉट गो अप so much as rich men should come down. Express your views regarding this statement. गरीब लोगों को ऊपर आने की जरूरत नहीं, अमीर बनने की जरूरत नहीं है, जितने की अमीर लोगों को गरीब बन के रियलिटी में जीने की जरूरत है. This is the meaning of this particular question. Explain this. Now personal response question. Sir, please change the screen. Personal response questions. Song of the Open Road. Yes, sir. Thank you. Discuss the ways in which you would overcome the problems, hindrances, difficulties you face during the journey. Second question. During every journey, we have to observe certain rules. Discuss your ideas of the journey without any hindrances. Number 3. Healthy, free, the world before me. Express your views regarding the above line. Number 2, Indian weavers. Express your views about the present conditions of weavers. Number 2, describe in your own words the steps or measures that can be taken to solve the problems of the weavers. Number 3, Inchcape Rock. Write an account of something which you did out of concern for others. Number 2, jealousy is the most incurable defect. Justify. Number 4, have you earned your tomorrow? Describe the various ways you use to greet your elders. Number 2, write an account of something which you did out of concern for others. The next is father returning home. What difficulties do you face while traveling by train? Last is money. Money does not mean everything in life. Justify the statement by giving examples. Now, poetic devices. This is very important. Poetic devices. Please change the screen, sir. Poetic devices. Next. Yes. Song of the Open Road. Number 1 is repetition. Just open the page and you will find all these figures of speech. I shall explain you the difficult ones so that it is easier for you to follow. Song of the Open Road. Number 1 is repetition. So where you can find the repetition, you just see. I think I is repeated so many times. I ask not good fortune, I am myself good fortune. So this is an example of a repetition. Then transferred epithet, indoor complaints, querulous criticisms, indoor complaints. The poet is indoor, the complaints cannot be indoor. So that is that of the poet being indoor is that quality is transferred to the complaints. Querulous criticisms. The meaning of the word querulous is vilapi. विलापी आलोचनाएं. तो आलोचनाएं कभी विलापी नहीं होती, इंसान विलाप करता है. So again, this is an example of transferred epithet. Then important figure of speech here is paradox. This is paradox. Fourth line, page number 95, fourth line. Delicious burdens. Now, delicious burdens. What is paradox? Paradox is the figure of speech where two absurd situations are laid side by side to evoke laughter. सो या तो बोझ कह लो, या तो डेलिशियस कह लो, मधुर, स्वादिष्ट, बोझ, ओझ, ओझ कधी स्वादिष्ट नसतं. सो या तो वो स्वादिष्ट होता है, या तो फिर वो ओझा नहीं हो सकता. तो फिर these two things, situations are played side by side, and that is why it is paradox. Then verbal metaphor. This is also important here. There is verbal metaphor. One is the open road. It is in itself a metaphor. Open road not only stands for the road, but it stands for the road of life. जिंदगी की राह है. And then constellation, this is another example, verbal metaphor. Constellations का मतलब होता है फॉर्च्यून में बिलीव करना, यानी कि ज्योतिष में बिलीव करना. सो सिर्फ वर्ड से ही पता चलता है कि लोग इसमें विश्वास करते हैं. सो आई थिंक यू हैव फॉलोड दिस, और इट इज रिटन इन फ्री वर्स. ये सबसे बड़ी क्वालिटी है कि इट इज रिटन इन फ्री वर्स, इसमें कोई राइम स्कीम नहीं है. नाउ सेकंड इज इंडियन वीवर्स. प्लीज ओपन पेज नंबर 100. इंडियन वीवर्स. देखिए, सबसे पहला मेन इसमें फिगर ऑफ स्पीच है वो एपोस्ट्रोफी, बिकॉज द वीवर्स आर डायरेक्टली एड्रेस्ड. एपोस्ट्रोफी मतलब व्हेन अ पर्सन और एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज डायरेक्टली एड्रेस्ड, एपोस्ट्रोफी है. देन क्वेश्चंस आर कॉन्स्टेंटली आस्क्ड, दैट इज द मेन पार्ट ऑफ दिस पोएम, दैट इज इंटरोगेशन इज देयर. देन सिविली मिलेगा आपको बिकॉज कंपैरिजन है, लाइक द प्लूम्स ऑफ पीकॉक एक्सेट्रा. देन alliteration hai, you can find out plumes of peacock purple. This p is repeated in the second stanza. The rhyme scheme, so rhyme scheme now you can find out, it is AABB. Now, and the most important here is color imagery. You can imagine all the colors of the halcyon bird and the white robes and the peacock color veils of the queen and the white color of clouds and the shroud, that is kafan. Okay, number 3, the Inchcape Rock. Please open page number 104. Inchcape Rock. सबसे पहला तो ये है बैलेड है, इट्स अ बैलेड. देन दूसरा इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट है वो है संभव 1 लाइन है, वो है लिटोटस. नो स्टर इन द एयर, नो स्टर इन द सी, मीन्स द शिप वाज सेलिंग वेरी स्मूथली. So the positive idea is expressed through the negative words. So instead of saying the ship was having a smooth sail, it is written no stir in the air, no stir in the ship. The ship was as still as she could be. Then you have repetitions, antithesis, second stanza, third line, rose and fell. Then inversions, you can find out the inversion. The words are not placed in the correct order. The last line of the third stanza, and over the waves it's warning rung. The correct order should be it's warning rung over the waves. Then you have climax, because it is a story, it should definitely have one action is placed after the other in an ascending order. So the climax is of course there because it's a story. Then onomatopoeia, the gurgling sound, the sound is expressed, so you have onomatopoeia. Then personification is on page number 106, second stanza. The wind has died away. Wind जो कि एक नॉन लिवेबल थिंग है, वो डाइड अवे, वो मर जाती है, हवा मर गई. सो दिस इज पर्सोनिफिकेशन. देन आखिरी में है एक्सक्लेमेशन. third stanza from the end. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape Rock. ये है आपका exclamation. Then you have imagery. The rhyme scheme is AABB. Okay, now next is have you earned your tomorrow? Open page number 112. Number 1 is interrogation, is the prominent figure of speech. Transferred epithet, I have explained you. Repetition, tautology, I have explained. Alliteration, synedoke. Synedoke का example है brother. Third stanza, second line. That you helped a single brother. So fellow beings के लिए only a part is used. एक पार्ट लिया है, when a part is used to describe the whole, that is a definition of synedoche. तो यहाँ पर यह ब्रदर, ये synedoche का एग्जाम्पल है. Then I think cheerful greeting etc. I have already discussed. The rhyme scheme is A, B, B. That I have also discussed. Now father returning home. Open page number 116. Number 1 is alliteration. Alliteration आपको बार बार मिलेगा यहाँ पर. Suburbs slide past his unseeing eyes. Sound S is repeated. Unseeing eyes. Unseeing eyes paradox है. नजरें देख रही है फिर भी नहीं देख रही है, तो नजरअंदाज कर रहा है वो. So that is an important paradox here. Then unseeing eyes, ये सिनेडोक का भी एग्जाम्पल है. बिकॉज आंखें नहीं देखती, इंसान देखता है. आंखें अनदेखी कर रही है, आंखें अनदेखी नहीं कर सकती, इंसान अनदेखा कर सकता है. तो आई होप यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस सिनेडोक ऑल्सो. देन क्लाइमैक्स तो है ही इसके अंदर, बिकॉज उसकी सारी एक्टिविटीज एक के बाद एक असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में है. देन रिपीटेशन भी मिलेगा आपको. देन यू हैव ओनोमोटोपिया. ओनोमोटोपिया का एग्जांपल आप ढूंढ लीजिए इसमें से, बिकॉज समथिंग यू शुड आल्सो डू. एवरीथिंग यू विल नॉट गेट लाइक अ सिंग रेडीमेड मटेरियल. सो स्पून फीडिंग नहीं चाहिए. ओके, नाउ it is written in free verse, and the important part is its color imagery. Color imagery में gray platform, black raincoat, these are the examples you can use for color imagery. Then money last, page number 122. Number 1 is exclamation. When I had money money oh, तो यह exclamation भी है and repetition भी है. Then you have paradox. अब paradox का example कौन सा है इसके अंदर? देखिए आप, इसके अंदर ऐसा कोई वर्ड है जिसमें two absurd situations are laid side by side. Then you have antithesis. but जहां पर but आ जाएगा वहां पर antithesis रहेगा, means opposite ideas are expressed. My many friends, last stanza, my many friends proved all untrue, but now I have no money. Oh, my friends are real, though very few. ये सारे एग्जाम्पल एंटीथीसिस के. देन एलिट्रेशन है. देन इन्वर्जन. poor men think I need not go up. I think poor men need not go up. So the words are not placed in the correct order. Then litotus again is here, because instead of saying I am poor, he's saying I had no money. So positive ideas are expressed through the negative statements. That is litotus. Then the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B, D, E, F, E. Then now you have song of the what is this? Okay. I shall start with the other topic, that is mind mapping. What sort of questions of mind mapping can be based on the poem Song of the Open Road? Number 1, prepare a mind map showing the various uses of a road. Second, prepare a mind map or complete the following web showing the various qualities of the poet. Indian weavers. Number 2, prepare a mind map showing various opportunities in small scale industries. Second, prepare a mind map showing various products, activities, present condition, and the future of the weavers in India. Third, complete the web showing the different times of a day and the activities of the weavers. Complete the web showing the various colors and their corresponding feelings according to the 3 phases of a life. Poem number 3, you have here the Inchcape Rock. Complete the following web showing the various functions of a lighthouse. Then complete the following web showing the qualities of the abbot of Aberbrothock. Complete the following web showing the bad qualities of Sir Ralph the Rover. Then it can be a tree diagram showing the careers in Merchant Navy. It is on page number 109 and 110 of your textbook. Poem number 4, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? Complete the following web showing different ways to help others. Prepare a mind map on how to plan a goal for tomorrow or my future goal. ये आपको इसका mind map करना है. Then father returning home. Prepare a mind map showing the various difficulties you face while commuting to and fro from college by public transport. Prepare a mind map showing the various problems of the commuters on the way to their workplace and the solutions. Number 3, complete the following table showing the way our elders take care of us and the way you can take care of elders in your family. Then next is complete the table showing the difficulties faced by the father in the poem. Next is prepare a mind map drawing the character sketch of the father with the help of the given points. His pathetic condition, the treatment he receives at home, his solitude, the way he tries to overcome it. Money. Complete the web showing money spent judiciously. जो आप दिमाग से पैसा जहाँ स्पेंड करते हो वो उस तरह से आप बताइए कि कैसे कैसे तरीके से आप अपना पैसा सही तरह से इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो. Number 2, complete the table showing good qualities of your friend. Then complete the table explaining the reasons why you lend money to your friend and why you don't. Now you have expansion of ideas. Song of the Open Road. These questions expansion is based on the poems. First number is Song of the Open Road. Expand the idea suggested in the following lines. All roads lead to Rome. A man without liberty is a body without soul. A man is an architect of his own destiny. Number 2, Indian weavers. Self-belief and hard work will always earn you success. Number 2, better to wear out than rust out. The meaning is, it is better to wear oneself out with hard work than to become feeble through laziness and inactivity. To rust out means to become useless through rust and disuse as a metal tool does if it is not used. The Inchcape Rock. Expand the ideas on your own on the following topics. Pride goes before a fall. As you sow, so you reap. Time and tide waits for no one. Man proposes, God disposes. Look before you leap. Crime gets its own punishment. What goes around comes around. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. Evil digs a pit for others, but falls into the same. Poem number 4, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? A warm smile in the universal. A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. Number 2, no one is useless in the world who lightens the burdens of another. Number 3, your good deeds might seem invisible, but they leave a trail that is imprinted on the hearts of others. Number 4, an egoist lives in poverty. A kind person lives in abundance. Then number 5, father returning home. My parents, my treasure. Now, what question you're going to get of expansion of ideas on money? Money makes the world go around. Money is something, but not everything. Money is the root of all evil. Money is like sea water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. Now, blog writing. Let us see what sort of blog writing questions will come on the poem Song of the Open Road. Write a blog on the following topic. Man is free by birth. Indian weavers. Write a blog on the Indian weavers, their present conditions. Then some measures to be taken to solve the problems of the weavers. Then have you earned your tomorrow? Write a blog on the topic Tomorrow's World. Tomorrow's World. Number 5, father returning home. write a blog on the topic My Parents, My Treasure. Now, writing an appeal or other writing skills like report writing, view, counter view, based on this poem, Song of the Open Road. So, Song of the Open Road, I can't find any. Indian weavers, write an appeal to use handloom products in our daily life. Number 2, visit a handloom factory near your locality and write a report. Then poem number 4, have you earned your tomorrow? Write a set of 8 to 10 questions to be asked to a social worker. Father returning home, write a counter view on the following topic with the help of the following points. Father's Day must be celebrated. The government should take care of the senior citizens. Prepare an appeal to donate money for the old orphanage. Number 4, you have visited an old orphanage home. Write a report. Number 5, write 8 questions to interview a senior citizen. Money. Number 1, write an appeal to donate money for the needy. B, write a report on money donation then held in your college. Write a counter view on the topic money talks. Money makes the mare go. Money is power. Cash is king. And the opposite titles can be the best things in life are free. The best things in life are free. ये बिल्कुल opposite है उसका. Money talks. Money makes the mare का opposite है. The best things in life are free. Number 2, shrouds have no pockets. कफन को कोई pocket नहीं होते. The next is poetic creativity. Number 1, Song of the Open Road. Write 4 to 6 lines of free verse on the topic, the road that leads to my college. Number 2, Indian weavers. Write a few lines of free verse on the topic, God is the master weaver and a man is just like a shuttle in his hands. Inchcape Rock. Compose 4 to 6 lines on sea. B, compose 4 to 6 lines on the sailors. Next poem, Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? Compose 4 to 6 lines on your own on good deeds. Number 5, Father Returning Home. Compose a short poem in about 4 to 6 lines on your father or mother. Last is Money. Compose a short poem on friendship. So do you have any doubts? Please see if you have any doubts, we can discuss. I hope you have followed to whatever was being read by me. If you are open to discussion, please ask. If you have any queries, please ask.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
There is a question from viewer side. One participant had asked a question. What is free verse? What is free verse?
Free verse. Free verse is where there is no rhyme scheme. The poet is free to use any words which does not match with the rhyme with the other word in the second line. So he has his own freedom. He can use any words without any rhyming pairs.
Okay, one
Any
more
other
question. One
Yes,
more
sir.
question is there from viewer side.
Yes,
In the poetic appreciation, should it be written in point or in paragraph form?
it is better if it is written in paragraph, because points are already given and you have just to club up. the points, the theme, about the poet, about the message. Everything should be in one particular paragraph.
Okay, so it must be written in paragraph. Thank you, madam.
Yes, yes. Students may take their own time, no problem. I hope the students have put on some thinking cap. And my efforts will not go in vain. Any query, sir?
There is one more question, ma'am, from the viewer side.
Yes. Yes, sir.
She has asked that whether the activities given in the book are sufficient for preparation.
The questions.
Yeah, the activities given in the textbook, are they sufficient?
No. See, what I have done, I have tried to find out the various all the content which are related to the topics. So it is up to the students, so how they explore themselves, so that they can find some more, they have some more ideas about how to get, how they can have the questions based on so many writing skills and all. So it is all up to their imagination and their reading. Their reading is of most importance. The more you read, the better will be your performance.
One question is there from the students. Will there be the question of the vocabulary in the poetic, in the poetry section?
It may be like indirectly explain the following line.
Okay.
But vocabulary, exact words will not be asked.
Like the synonyms,
it
like
may
the
be also
antonyms.
asked, like for example, what do you mean by churlish?
Okay.
Or howdy, etc.
Okay.
So it is like vocabulary. The poem should be thoroughly understood. Bas. So whatever may come, the students have full confidence.
Okay.
And from my part, I will give a suggestion, a tip, that every extract, maybe from prose side or from poetry, the students should go through all the extracts, scene extracts, as many times as possible, so that they are thorough with the questions and they know where the answers lie. Till then, they should read it. Otherwise, they will have to spare more time, as they have to spare more time for the unseen passage. So they can be well versed in the with the seen passages, so that the time is, like it can be adjusted. So if you keep on reading unseen passages also and take the same time for reading the seen passages, so you won't be able to complete your paper. So from my side, I would like to say that the more you read, the better will be your performance.
Ma'am, one question. from the viewer side.
Yes, sir.
How to write the answer of poetic creativity?
Poetic creativity. Yes, that is also now up to your imagination. So sometimes the words are given and you are supposed to complete the blanks which are given prior to those words. The matching words are given and it is all up to their imagination. As I have said, the more you read, the better will be the performance.
One question is there from the student fraternity.
Mhm.
That will be there any question like that? Discuss the following expression with idioms and phrases.
Idioms and phrases. From the prose section it can be, but not from the poetry section.
Okay.
No idioms. No idioms will be asked.
Okay.
Any other question, sir?
हाँ मैडम, और एक क्वेश्चन बच्चों ने पूछा है कि
बोलिए।
एप्रिसिएशन का लेंथ कितना होना चाहिए? व्हाट शुड बी द आइडियल लेंथ ऑफ पोएटिक एप्रिसिएशन?
अभी कितना होगा वो? 50 वर्ड्स से ज्यादा नहीं होगा। देखिए, अगर आप 3 लाइंस लिखते हैं, थीम के ऊपर 3 लाइंस लिखते हैं और पोएटिक डिवाइसेस पर 1 लाइन लिखेंगे, 1 लाइन पोएट पे लिखेंगे, 1 लाइन लैंग्वेज पे लिखेंगे, तो आई थिंक कितने लाइंस होंगे? 10 to 12 लाइंस होंगे, ज्यादा नहीं होंगे उससे। 50 वर्ड्स में हो जाएगा।
आइडियल लेंथ शुड बी 10 to 12 लाइंस।
यस, आई थिंक सो। एवरीथिंग कैन बी क्लब्ड अप।
थैंक यू।
There is one more question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sunil Kisan Rao Wag, he is a teacher. He is asking, what should we do for time management? Will you please guide us?
Time management for attempting the paper.
For attempting the paper as well as for these two particular questions.
These are from the teaching point of view.
No,
Because
from writing point of view.
Time management. So I think the students should have good writing practice. As I have said, the students should have good reading practice. Similarly, they should attempt at least 2 or 3 question sets. So they will come to know, they will get an idea that if they were able to complete their questions in that particular given time. So they should give the prelim exams, they should give the first term unit test, whatever. So it is there for their practice, it is for their good. So they will come to know, and this is how they can manage their time.
Definitely, ma'am.
Madam, Mr. Jayant is asking one question to you.
Yes, sir.
Is there any trick to find a figure of speech? Particular tricks? So how do we find that figure of speech? What kind of figure of speech is there? So if there is anything like to find, so can you suggest for that?
Say, for us to find out, we should know those figures of speech actually.
Okay.
So to be well versed with the figure of speech, the students are expected to go through all the figures of speech, and my suggestion is that the Dr. Sanjay Gaikwad and the team will take a special lecture for figures of speech, and also I would like to suggest that we should also hold a workshop or a lecture on online lecture on grammar. So I think this is very important for the students. The clauses, I think so. The students find it very difficult to deal with the clauses and the figures of speech. So with the help of special lectures, the students will get a good idea about the figures of speech and the various poetic devices.
मैडम, व्यूअर्स की साइड से और एक क्वेश्चन है, यदि एक लाइन में एक से ज्यादा फिगर ऑफ स्पीच आए तो फिर कौन सा फिगर ऑफ स्पीच लिखे?
सारे चलेंगे। आप ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि ये डोमिनेंट है तो दिस इज ओनली एक्सपेक्टेड। नहीं, आप अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लेन कर पाए। सपोज आपको ट्रांसफर्ड एपिथेट समझ में आ रहा है, तो आपने ट्रांसफर्ड एपिथेट अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया तो ठीक है। आपने अगर उसको पर्सोनिफिकेशन की तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया तो वो भी करेक्ट है। सो तो एग्जामिनर उसको जस्टिफाई करना है उसके आंसर को, तो बोथ आर करेक्ट। अगर वो सिनेडोक लिखता है, अगर वो ट्रांसफर्ड एपिथेट लिखता है तो भी करेक्ट है। अगर उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन पर्सोनिफिकेशन के हिसाब से है कि दिस if this person is capable of doing something, or the quality is ascribed of the quality of a human being, whatever the quality is ascribed to a non-living thing or a living thing. तो जब वो आप इस तरह से लिख रहे हैं तो I think the answer should be just justified. Both are correct. तो 3 भी हो सकता है, alliteration भी हो सकता है उसके अंदर, inversion भी हो सकता है. So जिसमें से एक भी एक करेक्ट होगा तो सब चलेगा, एक आंसर करेक्ट भी होगा तो सब चलेगा.
Okay. Sujata ma'am asking some question. Madam, Sujata madam.
हाँ जी.
Please unmute her.
Sujata ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Since I am one of the resource persons, I just wanted to elaborate on the point that Madam has just made. There was a query by one of the students mentioning that, like, what do we do if there are more than one figure of speech appearing in one particular line? So in that, yes, so in that context, I just wanted to add that there are number of sentences in each poem where you find more than one figure of speech appearing in the line. Yes, there might be an alliteration as well as there might be a repetition. So if the student, what the student has to do is he has to exactly point out which figure of speech is appearing in that particular line and explain that thing accordingly. So when he or she does that, okay, then the answer will be treated as correct. And we as valuers, when we get the the answer sheets, where we have the possible correct answers. So there it is specifically mentioned as well that if the student has written alliteration or repetition and given the right explanation for that particular sentence, then you are supposed to grade that as 2 marks. So the students need not really worry about this. If they have answered it correctly, either or, there's no need to mention both. Either or, that particular student is definitely going to get the 2 marks, required 2 marks.
Yes.
So I hope the doubt is clear now, sir.
Yes, madam. It's
okay. Thank you, sir.
Any of the answer is correct because whatever the student has written, the valuer has to give the marks. Any other query, sir?
There is one more question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
It is based on poetic appreciation. Whether the points will be there for poetic appreciation in question paper?
Point
Points
means?
Points for poetic appreciation.
Yes, the points are like the common, like the poet telling something about the poet, telling about the theme, then the message given by the poet, the language, the style, whether it is didactic, having any message, then devices, figures of speech, etc. So the appreciation should be based on these particular points.
In the question paper, there will be no hint points now. So students have the choice that they can use any kind of points and write appreciation. There will be no specific points.
Whatever appeals to them.
Yes, they can write.
It is their opinion, that their opinion also counts. So they are free to express themselves.
Okay, now it's clear, ma'am.
Yeah. It will be good for
Probably
students.
They are to the point.
Initially in the book points are being given, but now in exam no points will be given, and students are given complete freedom that they creativity and write.
The students are expected to keep these points in their mind and then write the answer. That will be easier for them to to elaborate.
Yes, it is correct.
Okay.
So they are restricted to write with those points. Okay, those points might be there, but they are free to.
They are free, but most preferably these points. And if you have your own creativity, if you have your own opinions, you are free to write. Definitely, you'll be given weightage.
So, ma'am, you please unmute.
Please unmute her.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Whatever the questions are related to appreciation and all, I think in 11th standard textbook, in poetry section, first 3 poems at the beginning, the points are given. Those students, they have problem, they are facing problems related to appreciation question. They can refer to these points. And those who are not, if they want to write in a free manner, they can write it, no problem.
Yes. So it is up to their, their imagination.
9 to 10 points are given how to write it, because many people, they are facing this problem and it is really challenging thing for students.
Actually, now those points, the points are taken to be as guidelines to exaggerate the points.
Yeah.
So that they have something to write. If they are for those students, those who are unable to find out anything, so it is at least they have some points so that it can direct them to write something. For example, the poet, something about the poet. They are expected to know something about the poet. Then his style. It is the duty of the teachers to teach all the poetic devices, figures of speech, everything. So at least they can write 2-3 lines on the various figures of speech which are used in that particular poem. So I think the answer, they will be able to write something. Any other queries, sir?
There is one more question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Question 3A में scene extract जो poem का रहेगा, will the same poem will be there in question number 3 for appreciation?
No. Those 2 extracts are totally different. The student actually should be well versed with all the poems, with all the appreciations, because the student never knows which poem is going to be asked based on for questions and which particular poem will be best for appreciation. So it is better that they are well versed with all the question answers and appreciation related to each and every poem. There are 6 poems in all, and they are not many. So I think the students, they should prepare themselves accordingly.
I think the questions are over, I think. Is it, sir? Sanjay, sir, is there any questions?
All covered. So thank you very much, ma'am.
I hope all the points are covered.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are leading.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Who is going to?
What a wonderful and informative session. Am I audible to all?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Ma'am, it is a very wonderful and informative session, and what a doubt clearing session we have today. I think all the doubts are cleared of the students from all over the Maharashtra. So good evening, one and all present over here, honorable dignitaries and participants. I'm Mrs. Sanjeevani Vaishnath Kute from Uran, Navi Mumbai, Raigad. I'm a spoken English trainer, and on behalf of Live NYAN Festival, I feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank respected Mrs. Prabhaswani ma'am, who is retired from Government Junior College, Aurangabad. In today's session, ma'am gave us a brief knowledge related to Section 2 poetry. The brief explanation of all activities is quite useful and informative for all students and teachers also. So on behalf of students, I assure you, ma'am, that all will implement all these ideas in their written paper. Thank you for giving us your valuable time. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Gaikwad, sir, for organizing DNYAN Festival and gave me opportunity to propose vote of thanks. I must thank all the technical team, organizing team for working hard for the past few days to make this wonderful event successful. And last but not the least, all the participants, all my dear students, teachers, parents from all over Maharashtra, I would like to thank all of you from bottom of my heart. Thank you everyone for attending this seminar or session. And at last, actually, we move to the end of the today's session. We would like to see you all tomorrow on the same time, on the same platform. But before that, I would like to say something. At last, I would like to conclude the session with the same inspirational word of Prabhaswani ma'am in the beginning. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंख होने से कुछ नहीं होता, यहाँ हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. पंख होने से कुछ नहीं होता, यहाँ हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. So all the best students for your studies and exam. Stay happy, stay healthy, and be knowledgeable always. This is Sanjay signing off. Thank you. Thanks a lot for giving us your valuable time. And see you tomorrow at the same time, at the same platform.